Okay, so this should be my final draft of my illness story. I think this will get it under 5 minutes. And I'll start off at the 1 minute mark. Just always, I can't remember. Like, did I start 18 seconds in? Did I start 47 seconds in? I never remember. This should be short enough. I ruthlessly cut. It's a biographical memoir story reflecting my own illness account. At the end of the story, I need to identify a theological parallel in Torah and its teaching. I need to conclude with a spontaneous prayer or song that reflects the feelings during and aftermath of the illness. The length is of your choosing, however. This is more so that this winds up, of course, being more of a making sense of your pain and what do you get out of pain versus I'm sitting in the pain and this is what it feels like. Which I'm not so good at. I'm better at this reflecting. One of the discs in my back started bulging and pressing on the nerves in my spine more than 10 years ago. And it hurt. There were doctor visits, there were MRIs, there was physical therapy, there were a couple steroid shots over a few years. But the prognosis wasn't that, well, it's going to get better, but just that you live with it as long as you can. And then there's back surgery. And my doctor said after surgery, 50% chance you feel better, 50% chance you feel worse. So you muddle along with it. A little more pain walking, so shorter walks, and nerve pain in the leg. So, you're constantly moving around while you're sitting, and numbness in your toes, and weird shooting pain when you're lying down. So you're kind of always repositioning in bed. So it's seldom agonizing, but it's always there. It's always there. I can't stand for too long. I can't walk for very long without a break. I feel these random prickles and stabs in my legs over a regular day. I wake up some days and things are worse. I wake up some days and things are better. There is, as Kohelet says in the Jewish Bible, a time for weeping and a time for laughing, a time for wailing and a time for dancing. Kohelet, Ecclesiastes in our Jewish Bible, has this old man speaking who looks back on life and sees how all the youth and wealth and reputation all wind up with all of us still in the grave. But he says, we can seek some joy in the moment and we can seek wisdom and understanding. So that's what I want. Because I didn't really understand people, young or old, pushing walkers or using canes or needing wheelchairs until I felt a pain that didn't go away. I didn't really understand people who didn't have enough energy or good humor or just plain awakeness because of chronic pain until I felt a pain that made me tired. I didn't really understand what chronic meant or debilitating meant or running out of spoons, as in the spoon theory of kind of how disabilities suck the energy out of you. You start every day with, say, 10 spoons. And if you're in pain, if you're disabled, you just right at the start, give up some spoons. And before you know it, someone without pain has 6 spoons at 4 p.m. and then you've got none. You're just out. I did not understand any of this really well until I lived with pain and discomfort that never goes away. But I asked myself, and I still ask myself, what am I here for? Am I here so I don't feel pain? I get to skip Kohelet's time for uprooting the planted, and I just get to plant. I skip Kohelet's time for tearing down, and I just get to build up. Nah, I don't get that. But pain does bring understanding. I get people in pain a little better now. I get people who are snippy at you when the pain is too much. I get people who can't just do the extra thing because they can barely do the one thing. I get how you give up on some of your ideas about what it means to be you, what you can stand, how you can move, what life feels like. Pain breaks us. Pain hardens us. Pain softens us. And we look out at the world and finally understand how pain has broken other people, how pain has hardened other people, and how pain has softened other people. Kohelet says, "For I have set my mind to learn wisdom and to observe the business that goes on in the world." Pain's in the world too. So I'll end with a prayer in English and a clumsier prayer in Hebrew. So first, the English. This hurts now, and hurt brings good things, and hurt brings bad things. What will we bring with our pain? Will we fall over and crawl under a rock alone? Or will we stumble and reach out for help? Will we grow stiff necked and brittle and scowl, or stand against the wind with gentle strength so others with pain can lean on us? Will we soften and let all the world's unhappiness tear through our thin, pain weakened exterior? Or will we soften and nurture and soothe our pain and show others how to do the same? Because this hurts now, but what will we do with it now? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shesam ka'av b'tochenu achshav. Blessed are you, Lord our God, Master of the universe, who puts pain in us now. That's still too long. I must have taken beats, long beats in there. All right, well, I'm gonna let it ride.